In the 1980s, the Forest Agency of Japan began promoting a new practice known as forest bathing, or Shinrin-yoku in Japanese. This practice was a way to promote health and wellness, reduce stress, and connect people with nature. The term Shinrin-yoku means taking in the forest atmosphere, and it involves leisurely walking or simply sitting in a forest for extended periods without any specific goal, such as exercise or sightseeing. It has become a cornerstone of Japanese preventative healthcare, and in 2012, the Japanese government even designated 48 official forest therapy bases across the country. Today, forest bathing has gained global recognition as a promising therapeutic practice, and numerous scientific studies have been conducted to explore its benefits. Nonetheless, according to the Environmental Protection Agency, the average American spends 93% of their life indoors. That's 87% of our life inside buildings, and another 6% of our life in vehicles. That's only 7% of our entire life outdoors, which breaks down to 1/2 of 1 day per week outdoors. Studies have shown the negative effects on our physical and mental health that result from spending less time in nature. The lack of time spent in natural environments can lead to a wide range of problems, such as attention deficit disorder, depression, anxiety, and obesity. Author Richard Louv coined the phrase nature deficit disorder to describe these negative effects. Spending time outdoors, especially in wild and natural places, is essential for human health and well-being. So I wonder why most of us have separated ourselves from the natural world if it's such an essential part of being human. The relationship between humans and nature has always been complex, but over the last few centuries, it seems to have deteriorated. It's as though we have a feeling of being separate from and even superior to nature instead of recognizing that we are a part of the natural world, and more so that we rely on nature for our survival. As a species, humans have evolved and thrived as a part of the natural world for millennia. Our ancestors had a deep understanding of the natural world and the resources it provided. They recognized the interconnectedness of all living things and the importance of maintaining balance and harmony with ecosystems. They lived in small, tight-knit communities and relied on practices that worked with the natural environment. They respected and protected the land and its inhabitants, recognizing that they were dependent on it for their survival. Ancient societies had a spiritual connection with nature, and many believed in animism, the idea that everything in nature has a spirit and deserves respect. This belief system helped them to develop a reverence for the natural world and a sense of responsibility to care for it. As civilizations developed, humans began to plunder nature to meet their growing needs. Agriculture, animal husbandry, and mining emerged as new ways of exploiting the natural resources of the earth. Colonization also played a crucial role in our separation from nature. It disrupted the lives of the indigenous cultures as it imposed a foreign culture, political system, and lifestyle upon those who were already settled in those areas. This disruption attempted to sever the indigenous culture's relationship with nature. Colonization often led to the eradication of communities, the destruction of natural resources, and the introduction of new technologies that didn't coincide with the traditional ecological balance. Human settlements expanded, pushing nature further away and altering ecosystems. This gave rise to various environmental impacts, ranging from soil erosion to deforestation and species extinction. As the Industrial Revolution took hold, humans increasingly saw nature as a resource to be exploited for economic gain. New technologies enabled us to extract and manipulate natural resources on a massive scale, leading to unprecedented levels of pollution, waste, and ecological damage. We lost touch with our connection to nature, considering ourselves separate from and even superior to other living beings. This disconnection from our fellow earthlings has grown so far apart today that we unnecessarily kill billions of land animals and trillions of sea animals every year primarily for our pleasure. The majority of the world's population now lives in urban areas where buildings and infrastructure dominate, and green spaces and nature are scarce. Studies have shown that residents of urban areas are less likely to visit nature and have lower levels of connection with nature than those in rural areas. When we picture urban city life today, how much nature do we imagine being around? Nature deprivation has consequences, and it is affecting all of us, but Black communities are 3 times more likely than white communities to live in areas deprived of nature in America. 74% of Black communities in the United States live in nature-deprived areas, compared with just 23% of white communities. These disparities are particularly concerning because nature is not an amenity, but a necessity for everyone's health and well-being. Today, the consequences of our separation from nature are evident everywhere. Climate change, biodiversity loss, toxic pollution, and resource depletion are just a few of the many examples of environmental degradation resulting from human activities. We have built societies that see the natural world as a means to an end, rather than a lifeline to all of us. The emphasis on materialism and consumption in modern society means that people are more focused on acquiring goods and wealth at the expense of nature. This has led to excessive consumption and waste, resulting in the destruction of ecosystems and habitats. At the same time, we have also witnessed a profound disconnection from our own selves and our communities. Loneliness, depression, and anxiety are on the rise, fueled in part by the loss of meaningful connections to others in the natural world. Human beings are social creatures, and we thrive when we feel a sense of belonging and connection to others and our environment. Nature has a profound effect on our physical health, and even short periods of time spent outdoors can benefit our health. Studies have shown that exposure to nature can reduce the levels of cortisol, the hormone responsible for stress, and exposure to natural light increases the production of vitamin D, which is essential for bone health, while also reducing the risk of certain diseases such as cancer, osteoporosis, and heart disease. Time spent in nature has also been proven to help with psychological problems like anxiety, depression, and stress. So I wonder how we can regain our connection with nature and create more sustainable societies. One of the most powerful ways to reconnect with nature is through experiences of awe and wonder. We can spend time in natural environments, whether it's a park, beach, forest, or desert. Take in the sights, sounds, and smells of nature and immerse ourselves in the beauty and complexity of the natural world. Education can also be a powerful tool in reconnecting with nature. Learning about the biodiversity of ecosystems and the interconnectedness of all species, including us, can help people appreciate their place in the natural world. Taking the time to reflect on the ways in which nature has supported and sustained us all can give us a strong sense of gratitude. Whether it's the food we eat, the air we breathe, or the water we drink, nature provides us with countless gifts that we often take for granted. Our technological advancements have given us so many great tools and opportunities to take care of and incorporate nature into our lives. It seems that we just need to reconnect to our roots and understand that everything we have today came from Mother Nature. If we can respect our planet and find balance with the natural world, we will thrive and our children's future will be filled with wonder.